What would you do if your neighbor asked why you were outside barefoot at 3 a.m., but you were asleep the entire night? This is Scared with Jess, and today's story is about the woman that my neighbor saw outside my house. I woke up one morning to a text from my neighbor that said, "Are you okay?" That was it. She was an older woman who lived behind me, and we weren't close, but we were friendly enough. We waved when we saw each other outside, and she brought my trash cans up once when I was out of town, that kind of thing. So I texted back and asked what she meant. A few minutes later, she replied, "I saw you in your backyard last night." I stared at the message for a second, confused, and then I wrote back, "What time?" And she said, "Around 3 a.m. That made me sit up in bed because I had been asleep at 3 a.m. I asked what exactly she saw. She said she had gotten up to use the bathroom and happened to look out her back window. From there, she could see part of my backyard near the fence. And she said I was standing there, barefoot, in a nightshirt, and just facing my house. At first, I thought maybe she'd seen someone else, maybe a shadow, or one of those weird half-awake things people see when they're tired. But then she said, "I was going to call you, but then you turned and looked right at my window." I didn't like that. I asked what I did after that, and she took a while to answer, and then she wrote, "You waved." I felt this cold feeling going through my body because I don't sleepwalk, I never have, and my bedroom is upstairs. My back door was locked when I went to bed, and it was still locked that morning. I checked, and then I checked my phone. It had been charging beside my bed all night. I checked my sleep app, and it showed me asleep for a little after midnight until almost 7. I know those apps aren't perfect, but still, nothing suggested I got up, walked downstairs, unlocked the back door, stood barefoot in the yard, waved at my neighbor, and then came back in and locked everything behind me. I asked her if she was sure it was me, and she said, "I thought it was." The wording bothered me more than I wanted it to. I asked what she meant, and she didn't answer for almost an hour. And then she finally wrote, "It looked like you from my window." I didn't text back after that. I tried to go through my day like normal, but I kept thinking about it. I kept looking out into my backyard from different rooms, trying to picture where she would have been seeing me standing. And that night, I locked everything twice. The front door, the back door, the windows, the bedroom door. I even left the hallway light on like a child because I didn't care. I was too creeped out to sleep in full darkness. And for a while, nothing happened. And then at 3:07 a.m., my phone buzzed on my nightstand. It was my neighbor. The message said, "She's back." I sat up so fast I got dizzy, and for a few seconds I just stared at the text, waiting for another one to come